Yo guys, what is up? It's Juggernaut coming at you with another Battlefield 4 open beta gameplay vid. Now this one's going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I like from playing the beta, some of the things I've noticed from having more hands-on time with the open beta so far. Let's get into the gameplay here. Starting out, get into a chopper. Attack chopper here. Right away, see another chopper heading now towards me. Start taking some shots at him. Now, I'm liking the beta so far. There's a lot of minor improvements from Battlefield 3. Some things that people might not really notice or catch on right away, but overall, it seems like a solid improvement from Battlefield 3. Now, of course, this still is just a beta. There's only one map in the beta, not one map, two to three different modes. Me, I mostly just play Conquest all the time. Honestly, Conquest to me is the best mode. From what I understand, they actually go ahead and design the maps around Conquest mode first, and then they go and make the adjustments for the other modes. And it's noticeable because you can see the layout in the Conquest maps compared to the other modes, like Domination, which is a smaller 32-player version of the map. And I just really like the more open, spread out map, with the full 64-player experience. Like, for example, on this map, we're on the roof here of the skyscraper in the building. And honestly, I wish there would be a version of this map without the destructible skyscraper, because it's a lot of fun when you have both of the teams fighting for the point at the top of the skyscraper. As you'll see in this video here, we get down with a lot of action going on at the top of the roof here. We're both teams battling for the point. So yeah, I really wish that they would make a version of this map where the skyscraper would just stay up and not be able to be brought down. That's one thing I do notice a big improvement from Battlefield 3 is the way that you get up from revives. Before in Battlefield 3, it was a slower get up time. You would have to accept the revive, and then like your player would just seem to be getting up really slow. In Battlefield 4, you definitely get up a lot quicker. And here's another thing too, I've noticed a big difference from Battlefield 3. There are a lot more times where you will trade kills with other players. Like, for example, right there, me and that guy saw each other around the corner. We both got our shots off, and we both ended up killing each other. Now, I'm kind of torn on this because in most situations, one player will have the jump on the other. So, I mean, ideally, that player would get the kill because he saw him first. But there are certain situations where, you both see each other and, you're both getting your shots off. Now, in that example, I think it was, a good example of it where we both came around the corner, saw each other unloaded, and we ended up both killing each other. But it does happen a lot more frequently in this game than it ever did in Battlefield 3. I haven't really noticed instances of it being exaggerated or, it being seeming unfair, or it really seeming like if it was for lag compensation or due to one player having a better connection. Since Battlefield on the PC does run on dedicated servers, that's not something you really see a lot in this game. So one thing also I do like a lot is the feeling of the vehicles. They seem to be I'm not sure what's the word I'm looking for. More consistent, or more. They just feel more grounded than in previous Battlefield games. And what I mean by grounded is they just seem to be more consistent overall. There's nothing really one vehicle that says or seems to be overpowered compared to the other vehicles. I know in previous games like Battlefield 3, the tanks were really strong. I know they did bring out some patches after the onset of the game to try and balance that out and adjust that. But in this game so far, all the vehicles seem pretty balanced. And in this example, I'm rolling around in the lab. And I see 3 tanks across the way there. Not much I could do against them in the lab. I just decided to take some shots at them for the heck of it. Now, to get to some points that I'm noticing I don't like about the game. For instance, this map is pretty bland as far as the color. Most of the buildings are just a gray building, and there's the canal in the middle. Not much variety as far as the building color. I think they could do some things to kind of spruce it up, you know, add some variety to the buildings at least. And like I was mentioning earlier, once that building in the middle collapses, it just turns into a big gray pile of rubble that isn't really much fun to fight on or around. That's why I was saying I wish that they had a version of this map that would have the building not be collapsible, and that way you can just always keep fighting for the point on top of the building. Hopefully that's one thing they do consider, you know, feedback from the beta. It's still some time before it comes out for official release. They are definitely responding to feedback on the forums from players, which is great because a lot of companies do not tend to do that. You know, they have a vision or a mindset going into bringing out a game, and then they try to execute that. But DICE has always been really good at listening to player feedback, and it's, you know, definitely appreciated. So I decided to hop in a tank here, see what I can do. I noticed they have a lot of tanks on their side, so it's definitely one thing you do want to get in the habit of utilizing your vehicles in Battlefield. Because if they're just sitting there, you're not really helping out your team. Decided to try to creep up towards the bridge, see if I can get a better shot. Ends up being a bad idea since they have way more vehicles on their side, but they're just being a little bold there. Now, one big improvement I do appreciate is the loadout screen, or the spawn screen. Definitely gives you a lot more layout view of the map, more options, more open. You can zoom in to select your position, or zoom in to see like kind of what's going on around those points, which is really nice. Also, the battle feed there on your selected spawn point, so you could see what kind of action is going on. Like, for example, if I would have just waited there a little bit more to see that tank was hanging out, I would have not spawned on that boat and got blown up. But you know, the eagerness to get into battle and, you know, keep playing got to me there. I haven't really played this game with a squad yet. I've been going pretty much solo. I'm excited to, you know, get a squad going and have some fun, get some teamwork going, because that's definitely where Battlefield shines, in my opinion, is when you're rolling with a squad and you guys can be communicating, you know, moving as a group, trying to capture points instead of just going solo. Going solo can be fun sometimes, you know, rolling around with the recon class, sniping, but it's definitely a lot more fun when you have a full squad going. So definitely do recommend you try to get into a squad. You know, shouldn't never be playing in the game where you're not on a squad, because that way other players will be able to spawn on you and you can spawn on to other players as well. Get into closer points on the battle. Well, at this point, there's not really much I can think off the top of my head as far as likes and dislikes so far in the beta. Just wanted to bring you guys another vid and, you know, share my thoughts from getting more hands-on time with the game. Definitely am excited to have the full final release out. We'll be getting it on PC. I will be streaming this game this weekend on my Twitch channel. So I put a link in the description for that if you guys want to check it out. Thanks for checking out the video, and just gonna leave it off with the rest of the gameplay for this. Thanks, guys.
There's a hostile helicopter west of where you are. This is the objective. I want you to attack. Hostile heavy armor's been spotted to your north. Taking objective Delta. Requesting orders. Have eyes on heavy armor. Target this objective. Enemy chopper spotted. Right there. Hostile heavy operation. West of your location. Spotted enemy chopper. Enemy helicopter spotted. I got eyes on an enemy helicopter. Appears to be a hostile tank to your left. There's a hostile sniper west of your position. Now control objective Charlie. I've spotted a hostile machine gunner due west of your position. There appears to be an enemy helicopter south of your location.
Sure.